Did you know that Pixi has some collabs with some content creators? So, are these collabs with these influencers worth the price tag of $18 to $24? Pixi is cruelty-free. All of these items are also paraben-free, and these palettes are designed in the US but made in China, if that is interesting to you. And I want to say a huge thank you to Pixi for sending these out for me to try. They came in that beautiful box back there, and I will insert a picture of it opened. They did send these, but there was no stipulations or no requirements to review and share. I just wanted to share with you guys. I feel like Pixi is kind of an underrated brand. They get a lot of love over on Instagram, but I feel like I don't hear a lot of people talk about it on YouTube. I want to start with the eyes first because I'm not sure if these are going to have any fallout or not. And then we'll go on to the face. So here we have the palette. This is the Tones and Textures Feelin' Fresh. This is a collab with Tina Young. Here are the colors. This retails for $24 for 25 shades. It weighs 22 grams or 0.8 ounces. She is known for her series Tina Tries It on her channel. Shadows are described as silky mattes and glowy metallics. The full list of ingredients can be found on the Pixi website, but just to highlight a couple of the ingredients that are in here. There is natural mica that gives the shine, also vitamin E. Oh, what colors to do. So pretty. There is shade names on the back of the palette. So very easy to apply, great base color. I'd like your feedback if you have a preference. I think in today's video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply them. I'll put a split screen of what shades I'm using, and then at the end, then I'll come back and talk, but I'm just gonna play music through doing this look. So let me know what you think. Do you like talking while doing makeup, or just watching, or a combination of both? Here is what the colors are looking like in the pan. What I'm going to do is finish my other eye, put on mascara, foundation, concealer, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about or test the 3 other palettes, and I will give you my first impression on sooner than I thought. I finished my other eye and I wanted to show you, I'm just not, this look is okay, it's just, I'm not real happy with it yet. So I wanted to show you that I'm going to try to add a little bit more browns over here because, yeah, for some reason it just not really liking it. You have to just keep going with it. This is the dark brown. I'm taking a concealer brush, flat dense brush, wetting it, and gonna go in with the dark blue. Yeah, okay, I like that better. Then I'm just going to take a fluffier brush, go into that dark blue, just to kind of blend it out along the edges. All right, I'm liking that much better. Just not feeling this one over here. If you want to see the other products that I am wearing today, I always have the products listed down below in the description box in case you're ever interested. So let's move on to the next palette. This is Promise, and this is the Shape Shifter. Did anyone ever watch the X-Files? Didn't they have a shape shifter? Wasn't that what the people were called on there, where they looked different? I think on X-Files and Supernatural, did they have that too? Let me know if you've watched either one of those and if they had that. Here are the colors on this. This retails for $22. You have 9 shades. It's 28.8 grams or 1 ounce. This is designed by Promise and co-created with Pixi, of course. If you do not know who Promise is, I will put her picture up on the screen here. She is a makeup artist, and this palette is described as a pro contouring palette, but has sheer shades and easy to blend, making it also foolproof. So the deeper shades can be used for contour, where you want to slim your features, and the lighter shades for highlight, where you want to highlight or bring forward those features. And they have the names on the back as well. No mirror in any of these. I'm going to use this color down here, is a little bit more cool tone. Not a huge amount, but a little bit more. So I'm going to use that as contour. And then this shade over here, which is a little more warm, as bronzer. But I'm going to use, usually I use more kind of dense brushes for that. But since these are pretty deep colors, I'm going to use a little bit more of a fluffy brush and tap it off on my hand first, since I haven't used these before, just so hopefully I don't get way too much. This is a fluffy brush, kind of domed, to blend it out. I'm not adding any more color, and just kind of swiping upwards just to blend that out. And then use, again, that brush with nothing added to it to blend that out. All right, so this is a big fluffy dome brush. It's called a tapered face. So I'm going to do this. Oh, that looks like a lot of color. So I'm going to tap that off, and again, tap it on my hand, back of my hand. So this is going to be the bronzer, and you kind of go along the same lines. I'm just going to lightly go over and do this kind of a 3 here. Do we see a difference? This side has bronzer and contour, and this side is just the contour. Do you see a difference? You could definitely, if I didn't have the other palette that is about your glow, then I would use this color for a highlighter. In general, what do you think about influencer collabs with brands? Do you get excited about them? Is it more about which brand, which product, or which influencer it is? Let me know down below. Just kind of curious. They're all creams. Look how pretty that is. So this is the Cream Rouge palette, lip blush, it's the color name, and this retails for $20. You have 25 cream shades, 16 grams or 0.6 ounces, and this is co-created by Louise. And Louise does have a blog where she gives beauty advice, and that blog is called Front Row, but R-O-E. And she is all about fast, flattering makeup. These colors can be used alone, mixed, or layered, depending on what look you're going for. This does contain rosehip seed oil, vitamin E, and natural mica, which I was kind of surprised when I saw that it contained the mica, because usually I always think of that as in powdered forms in the shimmery highlights, and I don't necessarily think too much about that in creams, but that's what it said. Pretty they are. Very creamy. Okay. If you have, on first, like, dip into the finger, if you have Tower 28, it kind of reminds me of how it feels, at least with that. So let's see here. Let's see how easy these are to blend. Yeah, a brush, at least a brush is not going to handle that. It's not going to get that. Okay. I'm using a different finger, not the one that has product on it. The Tower 28 does blend a little bit easier, but it's not a drastic. I mean, this does blend, as you can see. Okay. I'm just going to tap a little bit right here. And again, I'm blending with the finger that doesn't have the product on so that I'm actually blending and not adding more product. Okay, let's just add, I'm gonna go next to it. It's just a little bit more pink. I wiped my finger off. And then again, the other finger. And last, but certainly not least, is highlight. Well, last we'll put on lipstick, but as far as like the palettes. So this one, here is the colors. This is Mind Your Own Glow, Find the Light, and this is a collab with Denise. So this one retails for $18. You have 9 shades. The weight is 30.6 grams or 1.1 ounce. She is a content creator and she loves sharing tips and tricks. And again, these colors can be used alone, mixed, or layered. And you might have guessed it, this contains natural mica and vitamin E. And again, you can find the full ingredient list of each of these palettes on the Pixi website. Make sure you stay till the end because I'm going to insert some swatches and my first impression thoughts on all these. I'm going to go with this shade in the middle here. Okay, I could see the difference. I will say I really like Pixi's highlighters. If you like highlighters that are there but not like whew, then I have a feeling you would like them. You can build them up, but I feel like they're a little bit more natural. Do you see that? Let me put my light from my phone on because then I feel like it really shows up right there versus over here with nothing on. Go back to the lip and cheek palette and put some lipstick on. So these almost feel kind of like it doesn't say that it's cream to powder, but it almost feels like a cream to powder formula. It didn't so much when I was applying it on my cheeks, but on here it kind of does. It feels, that's kind of strange. It feels that way a little bit, but not as much as it does with the brush. So yeah, it definitely feels like it feels creamy going on. I don't want you to think like it's not like a liquid lip where it feels not creamy, but it just feels a little bit more like a powder, like cream to powder when I put it on with the brush. Interesting. I did go back and add a little bit of this kind of rust color right here because I felt like I needed a little bit more up there. All right, it is swatch time. Okay, so let me run through my first impression thoughts on each item. So for the eyeshadow palette, I think that this one is a good one for a person who likes mostly neutrals with just a hint of color, just a pop of color. Because I think that you could see I was struggling a little bit to get that blue to really pop. Shimmers over here that I tried, definitely, as you saw, wet your brush or put it on with your finger, because with the brush I didn't really get much. I thought there would be a lot more difference between these two blues, and there wasn't. For the shape shifter, I think on first impressions, granted I didn't use that many colors of it here today, but it seems very nice, very easy to work with. I would definitely, for your first time, for sure, you know, brush that off first. And if you're a little intimidated with contour or bronzer, since it is a powdered formula, I wouldn't do it before you put down your foundation. But if you're going to use a powdered foundation like Bare Minerals or something, you could put this down first. That's a little bit of a trick if you're not sure. You can put bronzer or contour below your foundation as long as it's like cream to cream or powder to powder. They seemed easy to work with and blend it out good. So for the lip and cheek one, you know, I again, this is first impression. Let me know if you want to see a review. I feel like I'll probably use this more as lip palette more than the blush, just based, but I mean, you can't really base it on two colors, but I'll play around with it. They're very easy to put out, very sheer as you saw. So I think it would be good if you are just getting into creams and want a user-friendly formula, because they are sheer. Like some creams, oh, actually they're a cream blush that is in the stick. I've used that in past videos. Now that one, if you want more of a punch, those blushes are gonna give you brighter color than this one. So yeah, these are definitely a more sheer cream if that's what you're looking for. And for the highlight palette, again, I feel like I can't even really say a first impression on these. I mean, swatches are nice, so that's, I guess, really all I can go by. Again, not a full review, but hopefully that gives you a little bit of thoughts and helps you a little bit if you were interested in this line. And let me know, did any of these stand out to you? Thank you so much for watching. If you want to hear about Pixi's Vitamin C collection or other face and eye palettes that I have, you can click on the videos popping up now. Thank you for watching, and I hope that you have a wonderful day and that you will come on back for the next video. If you haven't already, I have to ask, I hope that you will subscribe down below. I'd love to see you join the channel. Thank you so much. Oh, it's free to do. Thank you so much. Bye.